Okay, welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a show that we are able to give out to the residents here in Monmouth County to give them some county information and really important county information we've been able to convey to the public. And, you know, every show is a little different with different guests that we have on, different department heads and people that are really do such great things in Monmouth County. And today I'm joined by one of my fellow freeholders. And when we talk here as individually, it's all one group when we're speaking about how the county government works. And my honor today to have freeholder Pat Impreveduto on. Pat, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Director. Thanks, Tom.
Oh, thank you. And
I'm excited to watch you do
yeah. So this is a time now. You know, we're obviously we're in the new year, and Pat, how long were you freeholder there for?
I was freeholder for 3 years.
How many years?
Three.
3 years. And so when you came over, I know there was a big difference between in any of our towns. You see how I'm not going to say complicated, but I guess very diverse and broad county government is. Was that somewhat of a eye-opening experience to you when you came over?
You know what? Yes, it was an eye-opening experience. You know, as you had mentioned on numerous occasions in various venues, that we excuse me,
no problem.
that we all served as mayors at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really a microcosm of government as you move up the levels. You know, freeholder, state government, and of course national. And so it was a little adjustment period, but not too much, because I already knew a lot, as we all did, who served as mayors.
Right.
Knew a lot of the ins and outs, and but it was just getting used to the way that the county administration works, you know, pretty much you just move right into it and follow. Actually, I've been following your lead for 3 years, so it made things a little easier.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but but it's amazing. It's you know what's interesting about it is we have so many great department heads that, like, when we convey things, it just goes so smoothly because of the way that our department heads handle each and every situation. And so Pat, what were some of your departments?
Well, I had a number of departments. I had superintendent of schools. I had emergency management. I had workforce development, clerk of the board, Belford Ferry, planning board, purchasing, fire academy, board of school estimate, and board of Brookdale estimate. So they were my departments.
So that's what people probably, you know, they're not. It's probably interesting because people don't realize how many really important projects. And the one thing that you mentioned, and two of the departments that you talked about, and even I think maybe even three, you have such a background with in the educational component side. So that was really helpful to the board to have somebody in there that had the background and the knowledge of the internal types of struggles and challenges, I guess you could say, that they deal with, so that we can make sure that we can assist them. If you had to say, what was probably one of the most rewarding things as a freeholder that you felt you did?
Okay, you know, probably they all were rewarding. I think everything we do as a group, because as you alluded to, you know, we're not in a vacuum. It's not Pat or Tom or someone else. Workforce development during the pandemic, how we were able to still have individuals in Monmouth County apply for jobs and find them jobs. We were still able to have the employee and the employer interact and to help one another. That's probably the most rewarding thing I have done, because you know what this pandemic has done to all of our residents and the unemployment in the county. And to keep that moving, to keep employment moving forward was probably the most rewarding thing. Again, there were a lot of things, but that probably stands out the most.
That's great. That's great, because, you know, and I couldn't agree with you more, because, you know, there's been a lot of freezes on everything. But I have to say, the county government, you know, we hit our we hit our challenges, no question about it, but we continued to move forward. And I want to thank, you and all the other freeholders because I think that was a big part of it. We're always so engaged with the ongoings, the daily day-to-day operations that I think are a little bit unique to other counties. And, and I think it goes back to what you were saying before about all being mayors. And, we all have somewhat of some strong personalities, I would say. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. But you know what we do? And even we were able to put those strong personalities aside for the betterment of all of the residents of Monmouth County. The camaraderie that the five of us had was remarkable. Did we disagree? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, we were all on the same page, and that page was to make the life better for every resident in Monmouth County, whether they like the way we went about it or not. But that was our goal, and I think we've accomplished that, Tom. And that's what I'm so proud of, being part of this board.
That's great, and I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, we have times where we agree, disagree, but we sit there and talk about it, and then we look at, all right, maybe you're right. This is better for the people of Monmouth County, and we've had our challenges with privatizing certain areas, and I want to thank you for your business side of it and thinking about it that way, and thinking about it as a business side, but also being the compassionate side to the employees. So, I appreciate your support on that, and more importantly, your knowledge and input on that. So I guess what is in the plans now for Pat and Prevenuto right now?
Okay. Hopefully, I was looking to escape the snow and go south to Florida, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen today. But we do plan on spending the winter in Florida, and do some family time when we get back. And then I'm going to assess my future, Tom, whether it's in the private sector. They do have some opportunities in the private sector, or get involved in some aspect of government again. Because our lives, and we've been doing this a long time, are really about helping people and staying involved. So it's really fluid right now.
Good for you,
Tom. I know before we close, I do need to thank you, all the freeholders that we've served with, and it has been a remarkable experience for me, and it's just wonderful. And the people need to realize how hard everybody in the county works every day, from our county administrator to the guy with the boots on the ground. And I personally want to thank every one of you and them for all the great work Monmouth County has done, and under the tutelage of the group that's coming in, will continue to do. And with that said, I want to God bless all of you and wish you all a happy holiday. Tom, thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure to serve with you and the other freeholders.
Pat, the same here, and I want to thank everybody too, and I want to thank obviously yourself, and please pass on to the rest of your family. And just let me know. I'll kind of know when you're back involved in things, because Judy will be saying, "Hey, get out." And but with that being said, please pass on everything that our high regards to all your family and yourself. And I'm sure we'll be in touch with each other. And you're not running away. That's for sure. So thank you, Pat. Have a happy holiday and a happy New Year.
Thank you. You too, Tom.
Thank you.